Saints Nation, how's it going? We're looking to hopefully get started here with this TESPA Call of Duty playoff match very shortly, but we may have ourselves a little bit of an interesting throwback, or not throwback, but a wrench in the gears of sorts. Of course, my name is Dan Banner. Joining me once again here is going to be Jackson Brown. Deprive, welcome to the cast once again.
Yeah, how are you? How's everyone doing tonight? I mean, a little upsetting that we got these difficulties coming our way. You know, I'll break it down a little bit. Basically, the coach and one of the captains for St. Clair College Call of Duty, he has a 60 gigabyte patch update right before the match was supposed to be started. So around 6:45, I think, or around 7. Like the patch got popped up for him, and now. I mean, we're going to try to figure out if he's allowed to download that patch or if we will have to get a sub in or basically just figure out the issue from the back end of things. There really is no clear-cut answer on what we have yet and what will happen with that. However, it is quite unfortunate, and either way, if they do let him wait it out, it's going to be a little bit of a delay here on you guys, and I really apologize for that. But we are also excited to be here. Mm-hmm. We are also excited to have the top 5. You know, it's going to be there's only 6 teams remaining that are playing tonight, and we got 2 of those in the finals, and then we got 4 here in the losers. So we're going to be playing Penn State here, the 3 seed and losers, sometime in the next hour or so, whenever we can figure out the issue and resolve it. But needless to say, that's kind of where we're at right now. We'd like to hop on here and update you guys a little bit more what's going on.
It's just really unfortunate, of course, that hit Dawson. So the coach, captain, like you were saying, and what you were explaining to me as well, he has some of the more, I guess, would you call it a technical role with it being the anchor style?
It's not something you can easily adapt into. I mean, from the style of play, it looks like he's, St. Clair's anchor, and he'll go there, be the first one. He uses the M4. He's the first one to get those spawns. He's the one in domination that flips the flags over. And he has a bunch of priority roles in for St. Clair Saints. And I don't know how easy that would be to fill. I think it would take a big toll onto St. Clair. And I'm just hoping they're able to work through it and Dawson's actually able to play. But it'd be really unfortunate if he isn't. And I think the boys just got to keep their head high if he's not able to play.
The most brutal thing about this, too, is literally 20 minutes before the match actually happened, Dawson and the rest of the team were actually in a scrimmage versus Ottawa University Black, one of the teams we played yesterday. And it was going just fine. And then, reboot the PS4 or something, have to I turn it off for a second, go to the main menu, and all of a sudden, just get slapped with this gigantic patch. And even if it's even if you have somewhat decent internet, 60 gigs, that's going to take you a good while, and it's going to depend on how lenient these TESPA admins want to be with us, because of course it's a messy situation, but at the same time we can't hold this up forever. So one of the things,
Yeah.
like, I'm thinking as we're moving forward here, like, absolute, like, I mean, best case scenario, Dawson gets back in. If TESPA wants to move things along, Pressa is available and waiting. So in theory, we can still have this happen, but like you were saying before, trying to throw somebody who's not played the anchor style role into that position, it's going to be rough. So it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, Pressa, of course, fantastic player in his own right, but that's not normally his goal. That's not his role. So how, like, that's
Yeah,
going to be tough.
There's really not a whole lot like St. Clair can do. Like, you can't just speed up a patch or anything like that. So they're definitely going to have a tough time. Even then, they're going to be a little bit colder going into the game because they don't have Lavelle freshly practiced, etc. However, I wouldn't be too worried. Like I said, a lot of it depends on how lenient TESPA is going to be, and let's hoping there are a little bit more lenient due to the severity of the game, as there's only 6 teams that remain.
Yeah, we're one away from the money. We're one away from the prize. It would suck to see it end that way if they just like slapped a DQ on it, or if we're forced to play like awkward, not awkward, well, kind of awkwardly because of the positions and whatnot. One way or another, I'm hoping we're going to have this game underway very shortly. But you're going to have to bear with us here. We're going to stay on the line. We'll keep updating you when we hear things as we go along, unless there's anything additional to add. Jackson, is there any idea?
I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about. Like, we could do a little bit more breakdown and stuff like that, but to be honest, at this point in time, breakdown can honestly wait until we get into but before we get a confirmation on what the whole plan is, kind of thing
Right.
here. So we're gonna try to get everything figured out for you guys, but bear with us. We'll be right back with another break, and we'll see you guys all soon.
Thank you for sticking with us here, Saints Nation. We are looking like we're going to get in the game no matter what here. Absolute heartbreaker here for our captain and coach Dawson Lavelle, of course, as TESPA's decided to get them to start the game anyway. Apparently, this entire thing was caused by a patch that's supposed to come out tomorrow, but when you hop out of the game and you're on your main menu on the PS4, it pre-downloads the patch. So even though Dawson was just playing a scrim with the team and with Ottawa University Black, he's completely out of luck. So this is going to get nasty. So press us in. Jackson, what does Saints have to do here in this quick switch up of sorts?
Well, they have to figure out who the heck is going to anchor. That's a big problem right now for St. Clair, because Lavelle, he plays a very specific role for St. Clair, and it's really hard for somebody to just pick up that role. I believe with this substitute, St. Clair's chemistry just won't be the same as it is when Dawson is in. And within 5 or 10 minutes, they have to figure out who's going to be playing that role. But needless to say, we're hopping into this game now. Gunrunner. I know you guys are all used to this map, and
surprise, surprise.
Yeah, it's going to be hard point for you guys today, opening us up on the Gunrunner, like I was talking about, and no Dawson, but Pressa is back in, and Swizz was playing good yesterday, so I will not count Saints out whatsoever. Priestley and Swizz opening it up. Swizz finding 2 right off the hop of things with his MP5, clearing out the site. And St. Clair, to be noted, that they are starting on good side. So this is also another benefit for them. Now you're going to see Priestley rotate back here and make sure that nobody is getting these spawns.
A good hiding spot. Actually, maybe not good enough as we see Shades the Dawn on the side of Penn State University, which of course are our opponents here for this first playoff match tonight. I mean, currently, like we were saying during the pre-show, 3rd seed in this entire tournament. We played up against them during the initial season, during the regular season itself, and it was close, but Penn State took it. But in the meantime, Priestley doing a little bit of a pop-off to make sure that St. Clair can hang on to as much of this point as possible.
They lost the spawns, though. This is scary for St. Clair. Penn State was able to break through St. Clair's line of defense, get ready for hill number 2. So, yes, St. Clair did win point number 1, 31-12. However, now they have to deal with this defense line coming from Penn State U, and they were really going to have some difficulties here as they have to clean it all up. Taze actually going to go in, find Swizz, Corius, and Priestley. That's going to get him a nice little 3-piece there to help the push. Pressa trying to get behind enemy lines, unable to do so. Same with Corius. They're going to get picked off, but Priestley and Swizz answering right back.
Yeah, Saints really having a hard time. They're finally on the doorstep here trying to get something to happen. They may have won that one, but actually never mind. A nice little one from Senso gets himself a double. Reinforcements coming. Pressa going to get taken down. We do have Priestley in position as well, but he's not going to be able to mow any of them down. So this hard point completely flipping around. Yeah, he got tased, but could not keep it going. And in true St. Clair fashion, of course, going to have to start rotating. And this, like you were saying, the first point, yeah, that's fine and dandy, but that second point went right to Penn State.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I feel like St. Clair should have devoted a little bit more resource holding those spawns, which, sorry to keep bringing it up, but that's really Dawson's role. And, I mean, like, it's tough to have that not here. Like, look at the rotations are going to be much more difficult on St. Clair already due to, you know, Dawson not being here. It really is a huge downside if you are St. Clair, because St. Clair already struggled as is on the rotations a little bit, but they were able to hold it together and improve yesterday. Mm-hmm. But that improving was all part of Dawson as well. Like, all these other players can all slay out and they can all get their kills and move towards the objective, but you know, I'm worried about St. Clair's initial hill time, like getting there right away, like being ready for the next one. Like, look at that. They're playing into the other team's hands right now. 20 seconds left. They just got control of that point for a little bit, but as soon as that happens, they're kind of stuck again. You're going to see Swizz here move up. He's ready for next. He's here. Now, will he be able to hold on to it?
Nice little pick there from Pressa as he was going to get the flank onto Swizz. Does go down anyway. Pressa finds himself another one. Epics goes down. Priestley going to find himself one as well. And St. Clair are going to get this at least initial hold. As long as they can find themselves a decent position, they can start trying to catch up here, because that second point absolutely demolished them in regards to the lead that they had. And 3 are on point. Let's see if they can hang on.
Yeah, Saucy gonna find a nice little kill there, help them continue to hold this 35 seconds. That's gonna be 2 for him. And now Swizz gonna find Epics. Shades of Dawn is gonna kill Pressa, and now there's 3 down for Penn State. So they're gonna try to make their way towards this hill now, or just rotate to the next, where I mean St. Clair has no position control for this next hard point, and you just see a line of blue for Penn State as they are ready to go to this next one. You see a 5-hit push coming from St. Clair down this charcoal alley through boxes. This is going to be everything for them. Swizz going to be the first one in there. He's going to get cleaned up from Shades of Dawn. Ken going to find another one. Priestley going to find that trade, but that's 2 more down for Penn State. Things are a little difficult here for St. Clair trying to get in this hard point.
Oh yeah, this hard point, and sure enough, right on the left-hand side there. So unfortunately, St. Clair were not able to get there in time. The rotation was not there, not in time at all. So Penn State securing that rather easily. And now St. Clair's going to have to do this the hard way with everybody all set up and ready on the point. Pressa finding himself a double. Priestley as well getting on the board, but gets taken down right away. And sure, St. Clair is finding some frags here and there, but it's being answered pretty much right away before they can even get towards this hard point. And Penn State just slowly but surely just tacking on and extending this lead in this first round.
Yeah, this is really difficult having all of these players from Penn State playing the way they are. Tased and Shades of Dawn 20 and 10, and then 22 and 10. I mean, the rest of the team doesn't really need much firing power if your 2 top fraggers are having 43 combined right now. They're just having a good time going off right now, and you're going to have Senso mainly playing that hill with Shades of Dawn. So Shades of Dawn overall playing great right now for Penn State, you know, being in the hill and getting those kills. Gotta show some love and some respect for that. But we're back to the hard point number 1 here, right in the smack dab middle. St. Clair, are they going to be able to learn from their mistakes and go back and play for point 2? They already have the spawns, they just need to hold it.
And the only one there right now is Corius. He's in between a rock and a hard place. No matter which way he went, there was somebody on either side. However, the reinforcements are actually slow to come here from St. Clair, and Penn State going to be able to capture this point right in the middle for the time being.
If you look at the mini-map, the spawns just flipped again because of number 7. That's actually going to be Taze. Taze, not only 24 and 10, but also playing very crucial spawns here. He was sitting behind a train there, behind enemy line, St. Clair, not engaging with any gunfights or anything along those lines, just sitting there waiting for enough people from St. Clair to fall that the spawns flip and Penn State members start spawning over there. It worked out perfect for him, but now it has to happen again where St. Clair has to break through these enemy lines, and they're probably going to lose the first about half a minute on the hill due to that.
And it seems like Penn State's, of course, completely okay with losing those last couple seconds, considering they get the majority of the point nonetheless. Very similar to what we see St. Clair do this entire playoff series. But again, they've rotated over. They're going to be able to get the first initial cap, but can Corius and Swizz make something happen? Does find one, but Shades the Dawn finding both players from St. Clair who are on the point trying to contest, and Saints are on the outside looking in once again.
Yeah, so if you see the map, look at number 7 and number 8 on the bottom left of your guys' screen. They're going to be rotating over, and that's going to be Taze. He's already ready, and there before anybody else. They have the amount of points right now that they can rotate early and just play for these initial hill times, and that is what they're doing. Taze doing great work back there and holding all these. Now you see all the other players from Penn State come through, and it's a little difficult because, you know, Penn State's going to be spawning up over here, and they are already set up. This hardpoint game is all rotations right now, and St. Clair's just getting beat on those rotations.
Absolutely. Goes into the favor of Penn State, of course, once again. They had that pretty well locked down. Priestley going to try and make something happen. Did have Swizz a second ago, but it does get taken down. And the St. Clair reinforcements getting picked off one by one. Corius, last one alive, gets taken down. And once again, very similar situation to how this entire game has been played. There's St. Clair stuck on the outside this entire game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little tough here. St. Clair really going to have to try to just break in here in these last 5 seconds. Really going to be kind of nearly impossible on them, but miracles do happen. So let's see if they can make anything happen. I mean, Penn State is definitely still able to win on this hard point, so they are going to be dedicating all their reinforcements to it. You might see one player rotate here soon, but that's not the case. St. Clair going to continue to hold this down and try to make sure that they do not get 5 seconds on this hill, but as this is happening, Penn State's already rotating for next. They're already getting set up there. And Penn State looking to close it out here on this next hard.
Yep, this one should do the trick. Sure enough, it's going to be Ken and Zezo right there, ready to go. And it's going to clean it up. Penn State going to take game number 1 in a relatively convincing fashion.
Yeah, it's tough if you're here watching as a St. Clair fan. You don't know like how they would be playing if they did have Dawson or Lavelle. Sorry, like it really just it's just not a great situation. But can't keep any excuses up or anything along those lines. So with that, we're just gonna have to keep your head high, move on into the search and destroy where they are a little bit stronger, and the search and destroy will be on. That's
Piccadilly, I
gonna be
believe, right?
Piccadilly. Yeah, yeah, Piccadilly. So Piccadilly, St. Clair does look strong there, but once again, you don't really need an anchor as much in search and destroy. But Piccadilly, a sniper. And where's our sniper? He's doing a patch update right now, so it's a little difficult from all game modes. He has a very important role in the team for everything, and it's just something that just happens. I mean, like you can't really go into tonight saying, hey, yeah, this guy's gonna have a patch update. Like you don't know, like it just drops on us. So
Like
not a
imagine
whole
you're
lot.
you're playing the entire season of like any traditional sport, and you have your captain and your coach there the entire time. It's probably one of the shot callers as well, and
Oh,
then
100%.
right on the equivalent of like the last rounds of the Stanley Cup or something like that. Just all of a sudden, something completely out of his control. Like every skate in all of Canada has broken, and he cannot find himself a replacement. Like something so silly, so stupid to just ruin our chances. Obviously, I'm biased as hell. Don't mind me. But yeah, like it's absolutely brutal. And I mean, St. Clair could still bring this back. It's still extremely early, nonetheless. And we're going to be hopping into it very shortly here. But I don't know. I am personally just heartbroken for Dawson, and I'm curious as well as to how he's handling this right now. Because if there's anything I've learned about the Call of Duty community in general in these last couple weeks of like trying it out, it's that they're very emotional players, and I don't mean that in a negative light. I mean like when they're popping off, they're popping off, but
They're very
when
passionate.
they're very passionate. That's a good word for it. Because
Yeah.
when something's going great, they're on cloud nine. But if something's going bad, it feels like the end of the world. But and I know is Dawson right now still in the chat with his team trying to console them, or is he off running around the block and cussing at seagulls or something like that? Like who knows? Obviously Dawson, we've known him since his starting of the COD team in the club and or in the esports club, and he's been absolutely nothing but respectful and professional. So I'm sure he's there. The players are there, but this has to hurt.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and there's nothing really you can do about it besides call up Buddy Pressa and say, hey, can you hop on? That's
I
all.
mean,
That's all.
at least they had Pressa. There's
Because
plenty
it
of
could
other
have been,
teams. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, this could have been a 4v5. Like if there's some teams, there's a lot of rosters I know for a fact in the collegiate programs that do not have substitutes. They do not they're not prepared for something like this to happen. Where in good fashion, St. Clair is prepared. Good thing Presto is right there, ready to go. But still a heartbreaker if you're here watching for St. Clair fans.
Definitely difficult, but of course, as we move on with the matchup of so of course, Search and Destroy, a game mode that St. Clair has enjoyed, but sometimes not necessarily been favored on. There's been times where it's definitely been their best style, but then other times it feels like that might be domination. Because there's been a few teams, but obviously fantastic teams, of course, that have essentially rolled us on domination. Or not domination, Search and Destroy. But Piccadilly, we've played this a handful of times already in the playoffs. I'm sure it's a map as well that Pressa himself has been practicing with the team, so it's not like it's completely brand new. But you're completely correct by mentioning it before, like, you go for the sniper now? Your sniper's gone. Does somebody pick that roll up, or do you change your style? Like, how do you handle this Search and Destroy for Saints?
I think they leave the sniper alone, to be completely honest with you. Like it's not an easy role to fill. Like, everything Dawson does is not easy to fill. It's a little bit different from, let's say, Press yesterday. No hate on Press. I'm not saying he's a bad player or
Oh, he's
anything like
fantastic,
that.
of course.
But he just has a role that, can be filled a little bit easier, Like, it's just something that players are used to doing where Dawson's role is more critique. Like you gotta go over. It's very technical, everything like that. And we got a photo bomb here from
Yes, of
from
course.
but
As per usual.
yeah, we're just waiting to load into this Piccadilly game here coming up next. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can really go on about here besides the fact that we are missing a very important role in the roster.
Yeah, I guess the comparison, it's like trying to take a tank player from, like, say, Overwatch, for example, and it's like, or no, take a DPS player. And it's like, okay, so you've been DPS this entire season, you're playing tank now for this game. It's like, I'm not used to leading the charge, or I'm not, in this case, I'm not used to being the tempo, the disruption on the side of the team. So it's going to definitely mess St. Clair up, but we should be right around the corner. I'm seeing some R's in the lobby chat, so we're just about to get ready to get underway. That's nonetheless, of course, I didn't give them the shout out because we kind of started pretty quickly, but of course a big thank you to the sponsors that do make Saints Gaming and the St. Clair Saints possible. Of course, that being St. Clair College, the St. Clair College Alumni Association, PC Outlet, the Zelkman School of Business and IT, St. Clair SRC, and Tim Hortons.
Yeah, definitely won't be possible without them, and really glad to have them on with St. Clair Nation. But really, at this point, we're just waiting to load into this Piccadilly.
Yeah, we don't have to wait very long. Here we go.
Awesome. We are loading in normally away from starting off this game. St. Clair going to be starting on the defensive side of... Wait, no, sorry. That might be attack. No, that's going to be attack. Yep, St. Clair going to be starting on the attacking side of things, and we're going to see, I'm assuming that we're going to make their way towards the A-bomb site here. And, regular St. Clair Saints fashion. But let's see what they were able to do here. I mean, no one with the sniper, I believe. Yeah, I don't think anybody's got that for St. Clair. So just like I predicted, just try to adapt to it without a sniper. But Senso going to be opening up to the first pick on this game on the Saucy, making things a little more difficult on St. Clair now, a 4v5.
You see Priestley peeking around. It's actually going to be Corius to find the first one here for St. Clair, taking Senso down. In the back lines is trying to cover a Swizz, who's going to be the bomb carrier in this situation. Priestley with him as well, and Pressa is just going to be the flank. He's going to be the extra eyes here for St. Clair from the other side. But Corius going to be going down. 3 still on the point. Swizz going to tie this up quickly, 3 apiece, but they're crawling towards this A site. Not going to be able to plant this just quite yet.
Yeah, Swizz will get picked off from those arches, but Priestley there to end right back on the Shades of Dawn. Now a 2v2, Priestley, Pressa. They do not know where Pressa... Oh, Taze will run into him there. Pressa going to actually be able to connect those shots. He is very weak and only has 15 seconds, though. Penn State knows the bomb's over there, and I'd guarantee you that he's just going to be playing this bomb. Pressa going to be able to maybe sneak behind him. Just bad timing. If Pressa just looked behind him, he would have spotted that player. If Pressa just checked the other way, he would have spotted him. He has no clue where this player is at this point, and I guarantee you Epix is just hiding.
Gosh.
Tough loss for St. Clair that round. I mean, all he had to do is just turn around, but little does he know.
And of course, like, sure, we know where the players are, but the players are always going off of sound cues or anything like that. And unfortunately, it was just not telling Pressa left in that situation. And to be honest with them, like, I'm completely understand that. You think that somebody in a one-on-one is probably falling back to their spawns, maybe trying to hide in a building or something. So I don't blame them for thinking that, but unfortunately, the Penn State player just had that completely read and just went the opposite direction.
Yeah, I mean, he was just trying to play for his life there. I think he kind of knew where that player was, too. Saucy going to find the opening pick on Senso. Right back, Priestley finding Ken. Now a 3v3, but that's going to change nice and quick as Shades of Dawn finds Pressa. Now a 2v3 in favor of Penn State U. Let's see if Swizz can find an angle here. He's going to see the barrel of the gun. He knows a player's here, I believe.
I mean, someone's going to have to go back to get that bomb. T's going to get it.
Timing on Swizz. He's going to get some tags, but nothing to clean it up, and that's tough if you're Swizz. I mean, just looks away as that bomb is going to go down, so... Not a whole lot you can do there. Swizz not expecting a player laying right beside him. He's going to have a tough time. He's going to get pushed on by Senso, and he's unable to clean it up. But Senso will clean that up and make it 2-0 for Penn State U.
Yeah, something happened earlier there where St. Clair had many members just get mowed down. And a solid attempt there from Swizz, of course, the original sub here in this squad to try and turn that one around. Got some hit markers on him, but not enough to drop anybody. And a 1v3 is definitely extremely difficult, regardless of what your skill level is. So, rough start for St. Clair in this search and destroy as Penn State go up 2.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, just tough as they go up 2. It's going to be a little more difficult on them now as Penn State's only going to need 4. St. Clair going to need 6. It's interesting to see who's going to get this opening pick here on this third round with St. Clair back on the offensive side. Things Preston going to be opening it up, barely making it out this life as he gets peppered down to nearly 1 HP. Ken going to answer back, though. Finds Swizz, making things a 4v4. Corius, that's going to be him spotting Epix. He's going to watch for that peek there, but Shades of Dawn going to be peeking any second here. Will they be able to spot out Corius, or will Corius get hit from the back? He's really unsure. He's going to lay down. He's got his life barely, and he has Taze right behind him. Taze can pick him up, but Pressa going to be answering back, making this now a 3v4 in favor of St. Clair. Will they be able to get on the board here as Pressa finds another? Shades of Dawn going to find 3v2 in favor of St. Clair. Taze going to find Cordy. Is now 2v2. Trades going down all around. Saucy knows one player's over there. He doesn't make it out this on him as Shades of Dawn clean him up. Now, all on to Pressa. He's 4-1 this game. He's playing phenomenal. Let's see if he can clean up this 1v2.
He's coming off the bench and coming in hot, but unfortunately, odds not in his favor here. We do see both members of Penn State just completely splitting up, and we'll have to see if Pressa could find one quickly, because there's only 10 seconds left. Does get spotted out, hanging on for dear life, but it's going to be a tall task ahead of him, and sure enough, Penn State going to clean that one up.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just Pressa trying to do anything he can, though, but he is playing well. Like, I got to give him props to that. He played that round well before he was stuck in that 1v2, and when he was stuck in that 1v2, he only had minimal time left to get that bomb and get the plant down. So really just tough for him, especially having those Penn State players split up like you said. Just makes it even more of a difficult task for him. But we're going to see the next round get underway here. Round number 4. Epix going for a quick plant, but Pressa not even going to spot Epix on that bomb there as Shades of Dawn will clean up Pressa, and that bomb will be going down right now for Penn State. And this is quite the advantage, 4v4, but they do have the bomb down. Bomb down, only 40 seconds left, and you know you got to get through you got to get through 4 players and get the defuse. So really tough if you are St. Clair College, sorry. And will they be able to push through? Priestley going to be the first one making a play. He's going to find Epix's legs. That's going to open it up. But he's going to find Ken Priestley going off. Will he be able to find one more on the other side of this blue train? Someone's going to pick him any second. That's going to be one more for Priestley. Priestley absolutely going off right now. Will he finding the last one? And that is going to put St. Clair College on the board. Here we go. That's going to be Priestley and Pressa both find their A game, bringing out, trying to turn things around against a strong Penn State U team. You know, they are the favorite into this on paper. 3 seed versus 8 seed, and now St. Clair trying to show up and play like they're used to. Play how they were playing yesterday. They're playing amazing, you know, taking out some of these top teams, and I'm just hoping that they're able to keep up the momentum following that round win. It's going to throw us back on the offensive side of things. We have not been able to do a whole lot on the offensive side. But let's see if they can make things change here this round.
And back on the tack once again, looking towards that A site, and we're going to see if they can get this in. It's been a rather slow start for most of these attacking rounds from St. Clair, and we can see even right now with 2 members dropping, including the bomb carrier himself, going down. But at least Corius is going to answer back, but his position has been exposed. Saucy actually going to get peppered down a little bit, but going to get out just fine. Priestley in position, but he's going to have to show his position if he wants to try and get that bomb under the proper spot. But with 2 players left to the 3, odds are not in their favor.
Yep, Priestley going to fall now to Shades of Dawn, all onto the main rookie, Corius MP, and he's going to pepper a player down there, far sights on B, but he's going to have Taze right behind him, and he doesn't spot Taze there. I mean, who's going to check in the way back of your spawn? You are not predicting a player to be way back there, so don't blame him for that one. It was a tall task for him anyways. But now, 4-1. St. Clair can't really get anything going on the attacking side of things. See if they can keep up their defensive work.
I'll give Penn State credit. Their ability in these like last closing moments, the individual positioning plays that they're making is rather obscure, and it's catching St. Clair off guard a lot. Like you're saying, who goes like towards the base in a last one-on-one situation or in a 1v3? You wouldn't expect somebody to be in your spawn at that last moment, and they're getting cheeky with it, and I like what they're doing.
Yeah, you're going to see Saucy here move to play red. Let's see if he can find this bomb planter on Epix. He's going to get some tags, unable to do that. Kay's going to open up this round onto Corius once again, just like last year on Finish, but this time with the Semtex. Casey's actually going to find another one. Tay's playing phenomenally right now, 8-3. He will fall, though, to Pressa. Epix going to find another one on Swizz, all into Pressa and Saucy. Let's see if they can connect their shots. Unable to do so onto Epix as he finds his second this round. Now, let's see if Saucy can get anything going. He's finding Shades of Dawn, but will get traded out shortly after, and that will put Penn State U at match point.
Yeah, right around the corner from secure that one. Of course, we do still have a domination round in us at the very least. But Penn State definitely showing why they're the third seed here in this tournament, putting their hurt on an already wounded St. Clair's college squad, and are doing a fantastic job of just continuing to extend that lead. Granted, St. Clair got the one on the board, and they have to essentially reverse sweep it from here. That's going to be extremely difficult as we move forward. Swizz with the bomb, and we're going towards A once again.
Yeah, exactly. And 5v5 here, we're continuing to play A. I'm kind of wondering what it would be like for St. Clair to hit B, but think about it. It's also harder. B's a longer site, and yes, they could probably hit B if they had Dawson, but, you know, things happen, you don't have Dawson, and it makes hitting B 10 times harder. You're just using M4s and SMGs.
So is that the sniper rifle difference?
Yeah, I mean, it's really going to help you, because if you get the bomb down, you can away and have a sniper just sit there and watch for somebody to defuse, you know what I mean? But they're unable to do that right now, and Taze is continuing to just completely pop off over here, like playing the B site, you know, playing for flanks, all that, just getting behind enemy lines, and it really just pulled Penn State U away in that game, and they will take it 6-1 after that last round.
Yeah, that one definitely hurts the psyche here for St. Clair as we move forward towards game number 3. Granted, we get to embrace the chaos a little bit with domination up next on a map that they seem to enjoy, of course that being Gunrunner. And we'll see if St. Clair can get themselves back on the board, but I got to say this Penn State University squad looks absolutely fantastic here today. Tased in both rounds, going extremely positive to say the least, and everybody else on the side of Penn State doing fantastic as well. I feel like I'm calling out, or you're calling out, each of these players at one point or another. Everybody going positive or making this proper support play. They are looking very good.
Yeah, I know for a fact, actually, that Tased from Penn State U has been, you know, playing all year, playing several hours, things like that. I played against him way back in December or something of 2019. So I know Taze has been keeping up his playing phenomenally, and he came here to play today after that. I think it was 11-3 for Search and Destroy. So things are looking good for Penn State as they go up 2-0, and St. Clair looking to pull off the reverse sweep, but it will be a tall task to take. And I'm just interested to see how this domination goes, as St. Clair a little bit more dominant on the side of this domination side. But how will this go without having Dawson there to flip the A to C?
And specifically with that anchoring or the anchoring role, when we were talking about it a lot earlier, it is like pretty heavily favored towards like the domination map style. Of course, for Search and Destroy, when you have somebody who's playing a sniper or something like that, yes, that made a difference too, and made it so like we pretty much went to point A every single time on attack because we just couldn't hold those long sight lines. Because it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of submachine gun players on the St. Clair roster. Or am I wrong there?
Yeah, I mean, that's the style for most teams either way. It's just hard for an SMG to adapt to something else because it's not just the weapon you have to adapt to, it's the play style. Because SMGs, you're going to be going in quick, you're going to be rushing stuff, you're going to be playing a lot fast, a lot more aggressive. Like, your reaction time is going to be there popping off. But when you're an AR or a sniper, it's less about playing fast, more about playing slow and hitting your shots and actually connecting with them and everything like that. And it's just going to be tough either way. But we're going to be moving back onto Gunrunner. I know you guys love to see it, so it's definitely a map that is confident for St. Clair, and let's see if they are able to keep things up here. And the Gunrunner domination, the timer is ticking down. We will be loading into this lobby. So I guess we're just going to have to see how things go. St. Clair, yeah, like I said, looking to take on the reverse sweep. It's the best thing they can hope for right now at this point, and they're really going to have to come out here strong in the domination and create some momentum for them.
I mean, it is basically now or never, or their playoff run has been shut down. That being said, if it does drop here, they're still tied for 5th in the entire TESPA League. So it's a fantastic run nonetheless. We hate to see it end this way, but nonetheless, it's still a fantastic season from our Saints. But this is not done just yet. So hop over to Domination, and let's see how our Saints can adapt without their captain.
Yeah, you're going to see Priestley as the one holding back. Oh, that's all 3 of those players from St. Clair are going to push a little bit. But Priestley and Presto opening up onto Senso and Epix, or Epix. I really don't know how to pronounce that one. But either way, that's going to be a good start from them, finding those picks. No control over the B flag yet, and that's actually going to be C getting captured from Penn State. So someone made it behind enemy lines already, only half a minute into this game.
Oh, and that is definitely annoying. You need somebody able to shot call and split everybody up if necessary, especially if they don't have a designated individual to handle that job. And we'll see, St. Clair was able to get at least a little bit of control onto this B site, but it is being contested. Do see Taze. Of course, he's been on fire this entire series, just able to mow things down. Just a matter of dealing with Swizz. A nice little positioning here from Swizz. Gets to catch it down real quick. Stops that nade, but he's kind of stuck waiting for the rest of St. Clair to show up. He's going to find one, though. Looks for another, but he's going to get taken down.
Yeah, I mean, he will get that trophy system down in there, but
That's
unable to do much more than that. Yeah, unable to do much more than that. And that's going to be 2 flags now for Penn State. St. Clair, yeah, they do have the lead, but Penn State looking a little bit stronger on map control-wise, you know, getting players behind enemy lines, neutralizing that C flag, etc. The game will get tied up now as Penn State is holding flags 2-1. Ken going to find Priestley and Shades of Dawn finding Swizz, and that's going to be Saucy falling to take 3 down for the side of Penn State. Now this is going to make things a little bit more tougher on St. Clair as they're going to have to break into this B side
Senso with the triple as he's just flipped over the C side. They're not getting points from it, but now St. Clair's not getting points at all. It is forcing Priestley to go back and try and deal with it. In fact, he is going to find Senso. So at least there's no triple cap, but St. Clair is getting absolutely nothing for a couple seconds there.
Yeah, I mean, that even just a triple cap for what, 1 point tick, that's going to do so much against you, against the other team. So that does so much. Tay's going to get a nice little nasty Priestley and Corius. Shades of Dawn going to find Swizz shortly after. And this is another 4 down for Penn State as they're just going to continue their AB hold, not get too aggressive and get too greedy on C. If they can just keep up their AB hold, they will definitely pull away and get a decent lead going. I mean, 15 points is already a massive amount in domination.
Yeah, of course, for Penn State to try and go for the triple, which granted they're going to just keep having one guy try it over and over again, but they get a little too overeager. That's how they throw this, right? Is they just try to overextend themselves, and St. Clair all of a sudden get themselves 2 points and at least wear it down, maybe start with a good amount of momentum going into the second half. But we see Corius starting to pop off before he dies, and now St. Clair have themselves a double cap.
Yeah,
triple.
I mean,
maybe
I'm thinking right there, Penn State just got too greedy. Like, if you at that point can just hold the AB and you're doing a good job of it, I would get, you know, like you said, try to like lose a whole player by sending him over down there to C and just having him fall right away. I think it's a little bit more beneficial from Penn State side. Like, and my personal preference, what I would do is have, you know, 3 playing up there on that B site defending it, have 1 back there watching the spawn, and then, you know, have a flex player right in the middle of both of them able to rotate back and get your A flag. But needless to say, their over rotation is working out as they get the A to C hold. And St. Clair looking to take back A here now, but things is going to be a little bit tough. Priestley will manage to do it, but just as he gets that, B now getting neutralized.
Unfortunate there for Priestley. Thought he had the elimination, was ready to turn his tail and and run towards the objective, but has to stay back as there's still a member of Penn State ready and waiting to take that 8-point back. But of course, now we're flipped on over two positions taken by the side of Penn State. Saints trying to break in. They get it started though. Saucy and Priestley looking to get this one underway. Only 2 members of the side of Penn State available to try and defend this when one goes down as Sauce takes him out. So now St. Clair finally can breathe for a briefest of seconds, but actually a good shot from Pressa. May not have seen it here, but on the mini-maps, that was Senso running for that A site, and he just gets picked off.
This late into the round, I don't really know why Pressa is playing over so far away from B. I mean, I guess he's just hoping for no A neutral. But at this point, I feel like Penn State's just got to devote all their resources to B to try to just get something like that or get them off of it for the end of this round. But needless to say, it looks like that's going to be a 2-1 flag hold to finish off this round. I think it's going to be 2 more ticks coming in. Actually, the neutral going to be started from Penn State, but unable to be completed. And that's going to put us at 81-72 going into second half. I mean, not impossible for St. Clair, but a tough task. Like I said, down 9 points right now. And just going to need to be a little bit more dominant on the next side of things here.
I mean, in all honesty, that wasn't too bad, I don't think. I mean, they're only down by, like, what was this, 9 points? It was 9 points, you said, right? Yeah, 9 points. But it could have been definitely much worse. We saw the Saints adjusting as that round went on. And yes, Pressa was playing a little bit more defensively, watching for people running for neutrals. But given that Penn State, that player was always doing that, it was constantly shutting it down. They were eventually able to hold that second point with the 4 of them. And as we hop into this next one, we can see if they could try that once again, as we do see Pressa once again down bottom. And sure enough, Taze is now going to be the one trying to get the flanks, possibly go for that other point, as we see Corius and Saucy just absolutely blow up this B site.
Yeah, and that's going to be a player for Penn State on A. Will he be able to get the
Got it.
shots in there? And that neutral is going to be down. That's going to devote a little bit more St. Clair resources to that 8 point and allow the B to allow Penn State to have an open B push and get the neutral there. But just as that happens, Pressa playing Dawson's role, and he will be capping point C. Might be a little bit more beneficial to them, and the sides will actually be flipped. St. Clair now spawning on the C side of things, while Penn State will be spawning on the A side of things. B is where the fight is going down right now. It's all who can win this one, but Shades of Dawn going to provide a bunch of help finding 2 there, and then Epix finding 1 shortly after. Corey's going to be the one here to try to make that change, but unable to do so.
And we got 3 members of St. Clair. Corius does end up going down. We see Priestley pretty much on site, trying to neutralize this and get it back over into his favor. He's successful at least neutralizing it, but then St. Clair gets wiped off the site. And this could be brutal. Pressa looking for his time to strike maybe towards this A spot. Otherwise, he's all the way in the corner, just kind of on pause for a moment. Do see it's Corius, I believe, in front as well. Now it's his opportunity. He does clean it up, and he's going to try and steal this now. But it definitely took a little bit to make that happen.
Yeah, 100%. But this is looking good now if you're St. Clair. I mean, yes, you a little bit more than the 9 you, but you do have A and C, and that them capping C should open up B a little bit for Corius. He's going to find 1. Let's see if he can find another. That's going to be for Shades Dawn. Yes, he will. That'll be another one for him through connector. Now he's going to make his way through vents. See if he can find anything. Swizz going to find 1. And here Corius behind enemy lines, able to do work. That's going to be he's being a nuisance right now to the Penn State U roster. Let's see if he can keep up this work.
I mean, right in the nick of time as well, considering Penn State took over the C spawn as well, or the C flag, rather.
Again. Oh, they spotted him. Yeah, they spotted him. They had send someone jump up the window and clean him up. Now Priestley going to be here with his AR, trying to answer for it, and none able. Players are pushing him down Coal Mine Alley. Looking a little rough here if you're St. Clair. Only trailing by 6, but flags are in favor of Penn State U right now, and they do have control of that B alley as Epix goes on a 5 kill streak before he falls to Priestley.
Yeah, now St. Clair's in a bit of a rough spot. In fact, I think it's all like their best chance right now is actually to maybe take C, get Pressa to go for it. He is in fact going to make the move towards it, get this neutralized, and maybe even cap it, while also putting a little additional pressure. We do see Priestley, and I believe that was Swizz up there, trying to hold them up. But now, unfortunately, Pressa does get taken down on that C point. So it's going to be flipped right back over, and it's going to be Penn State continuing their lead unless St. Clair can make something happen here at B.
Yeah, St. Clair really needs to go huge. This is crucial. Their season alive, this is where it needs to happen. Pressa going to be opening it up, finding one, actually two for him. Saucy going to find one. Priestley going to fall to Shades. Now, let's see if they can get this B flag and hold it for the rest of this game. If they get this hold for the rest of the game, they will win. So right now, it's all about defending A and B. Do not send someone over to C if you are St. Clair in my eyes.
Just build a wall of impenetrable defense if possible and just hold. Just time it out, play to your win condition. We hear that constantly in other games, but it's exactly going to be the case here. We know what you got to do. Don't overextend yourself. The fact that Saucy's over here is confusing.
Yeah, exactly. No. This is good.
This is good.
One will be. Yeah, no one can push through that cart alley that he's looking at right there. And he just got info that someone mid. But this is actually going to be the rotation on A. Penn State said, screw B, let's go A, and try to take an A's to C hold, but that's just going to flip right away and give C over there. This is a close neck-and-neck game. This is anybody's game. Whoever can hold more flags at the end of this game will take it, and Penn State is winning it right now by only holding one flag. This is getting really tough for St. Clair. They need a point, and they need it now. Priestley has got to make a play. He's going to pop up. He's going to try to make something happen, but Sensu going to clean him up. Swizz coming in shortly after. He's going to find two. That's going to give him the B flag, but just like that, things are going to get turned around, and this is now a mathematically impossible game. Penn State University will take this series, and that will put an end to St. Clair College's Call of Duty TESPA season, coming in tied for 5th place.
I mean, fantastic job there from Penn State. I was saying how they were crafty, and I love the fact that they just completely ignored B and just blitzed A.
That was smart, to be completely honest. That was so smart of them.
It just pulled resources off of B, and then eventually they were even able to get B back. So, unfortunately for St. Clair, just the mind games of sorts, the strategy from Penn State University, definitely showing again why they are the 3rd seed here in this tournament. They're going to move forward to the losers semifinals, find themselves in the prize money. Unfortunately, in regards to prizing for St. Clair, we come up just short. This was going to be a hard match nonetheless, regardless if we were full strength or not. But given the conditions, the Saints still played the best they could. And I would be absolutely stupid to say that this was a bad run. Top 5 in all of TESPA, or tied for 5th rather, in all of the entirety of the TESPA season. Absolutely fantastic job from the squad. And as much as today may hurt, we're proud of you.
Yeah, for real, like, you cannot discriminate their playoff run at all. Let's get this bracket up here, and let's do a little bit of a breakdown on how St. Clair's playoff run went for them. A little bit of a recap on what happened yesterday, and just show why we are proud of the boys. Why they deserve they were an 8th seed going into this, and they made top 5. You're outdoing your prediction, and that's just good the way it is. Like, yes, you may have fell into this team, but you had the world against you at this point. You know what I mean? Like, you are missing a player. You're missing 2 players. You're missing 1 player yesterday. You're missing 2 players today. You had to swap some people in. You got to get Pressa back in, who wasn't playing all of yesterday. Just a tough time if you are St. Clair. But just like that, that's going to end us in losers round 4. And yeah, if you look at this, if you go over to the winners and look at St. Clair's previous matches, you started off, you take it with the number 9 seed. That was a close game between Bethany. They were able to take that one. Great game to watch. And now this is the match where I'm really proud of the St. Clair Saints and how they played. Ottawa University Gold, they were able to take them down, and that is the number 1 seed. They went flawless during regular season, and St. Clair was still able to do some work against them and take them down. So great plays from them. I mean, tough luck in round 3 having to go against Ottawa University Black. I mean, that's one of the strongest rosters in this whole tournament, and they are already set in the top 3, because they made it to winners finals.
Yeah, and then of course after dropping there, we did have to play Penn State Black, and of course with all the factors and the fact that Penn State just played fantastic, of course. I want to see a rematch between these 2 teams, whether it be in Modern Warfare or when we move into Cold War, because I just think these are full strength. These 2 teams can be like a neck-and-neck battle, similar to what we saw earlier in the playoff run. Like you were saying before, like the Bethany match. This one, we were like biting our nails the entire time. This one was so close, I was casting it backwards. Then then obviously, like you're saying, Ottawa University is just fantastic. But one other thing, like this is not necessarily Saints related, but I low key I hope somebody's streaming this because Texas A&M.
Braves Esports is live right now.
All right, so yeah, that would be for the Ottawa University Black side. So honestly, of course, like keep supporting this Call of Duty community. To be honest, considering how condensed this season and this tournament was, because they wanted to squeak in one more Modern Warfare season before Cold War hit public. I honestly want to give TESPA some props here. That was actually a really like relatively well run, even compared to like last year, a well run season. The tournament, there's a lot of games back to back, but to be honest, I kind of like the playoffs in a whole weekend kind of ordeal. It was a good one nonetheless. Exciting matches all around. Sadly, due to factors out of even TESPA's control, just pre-patches and such like that.
Nothing you can.
That's a TO's nightmare.
Yeah, but the one thing that we can look at here, like you said, give props to TESPA. This was a 23-day season. All of these teams played, I think it was 7 regular season games or 6. No, it was 6. They played 2 a weekend every weekend, and then they go to playoffs on the last weekend, and they bang it out all in one weekend. And it's like an actual like CDL event or an actual like Call of Duty major tournament, like throwing it all into one weekend on a top 16 teams. But really good overall. Like you said from TESPA's side, 23 days to run a whole league and do it the way they did. Like there wasn't many problems, and there was 70-ish teams. I think we were talking about around 70,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really good. Yes, like you said, shout out to them. It's amazing for them, and everything went smooth. And like you said, proud of the boys, and all looking for Cold War when that comes out in 5 days, this upcoming Tuesday.
I know personally, it's the first one I'm even going to be playing because I want to get on this. I haven't played Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox 360, but I want to make sure that I'm on day one with you guys so I can understand this. This was rather new. I want to give props, of course, to Dawson for making this in the club team and bringing it up to the point where now I have to learn this as well. But it's been an absolute blast. I've been having a lot of fun doing it, and it's extremely easy to learn when I can just constantly keep picking your brain, Jackson. Thank you so much for casting with me so often during this season. And if all goes well, when Counter-Strike happens this week, I think I'm going to be stealing you a few more times here.
I'll see you again tomorrow. It'll be us tomorrow.
Speaking of which, let's take a look at the next upcoming matches here on the Saints Gaming CA stream. Of course, if you have not followed, be sure to do so already so you get the notifications. But tomorrow, 7 p.m., it's going to be the first game of the UCA Counter-Strike Global Offensive Playoffs. And depending on how that goes, we'll have more matches later in the week. Then, Tuesday, this is going to be another tough one. NACE Rocket League playoffs were up against Northwood University. The last time we played them, we got 3-0'd, but they were all one-goal games. This scoreline did not do the game justice. It was extremely close, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that one ends up. Then on November 11th, OPSC Hearthstone regular season continues. It's been a while since we've had Hearthstone on the stream. Good to show that squad some love, and hopefully be able to pick my brain as well as Frez's for that one. Then, depending on, like I was saying before, with the initial game, because I think the UCA playoffs are single elim. So if the CSGO team keeps winning, then we'll keep having their matches hosted here on the channel. If not, there'll definitely be something there, because I'm looking at my calendar and I just see playoff this, playoff that, playoff this. I can't do all of them, but we'll still have something going on nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, me and you will be on the mic on the 9th, the 12th, and the 13th if all goes well for the CSGO team. So we'll be glad to hop back on board. It's been a little while since we've actually done CSGO on the St. stream. I think it was Halloween. Our last one? I don't know. It's somewhere around.
It was about
there.
A week and a half ago, so it would probably line up properly. Yeah,
exactly. So we're just excited to carry on with the rest of our playoffs between other program divisions for our esports and other titles and those things. But yeah, like we said, great from the boys. Happy to support all of them and watch throughout their playoff run. We're happy to bring the broadcast to you guys. I mean, we'll give one more small shout out to our sponsors. So really appreciate it. St. Clair College Alumni Association. the PC Outlet, the Zekelman School of Business and Information Technology, St. Clair College, Tim Hortons, and St. Clair SRC. Really appreciate all you guys. We would not be able to do it without you, and we wouldn't be able to broadcast all of this to our viewers without you guys. So great shout out to them, and shout out to the players as well for making this an entertaining playoff run.
This was the very first year that we had Call of Duty varsity team. Of course, since it was brought up from the club, they showed their stuff. They showed they were serious, and we're extremely proud of this first year of Call of Duty with Modern Warfare. It was a fantastic run. But with that, we shall be closing out before Thanos gets Jackson. We're going to get out of here, and the Call of Duty squad and all of us will see you in Cold War.